Just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Houston Texans. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson just beating the play clock. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Johnson. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Line him up. I'm coming after you. Line him up.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Check safety. Check safety. To the car.
From the gun, Watson, flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Check 15. Check 15.
Watson operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On 4th down, Trevor Daniel on to punt. This is taken around the 12. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Outside. 41 Mike. Double dog. That's the way.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Bell. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Let's get it.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
Get in the right room. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Now a first down carry by Bell. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Caught here by Griffin. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And that'll set him back 5. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. DeAndre Carter is deep for the Texans. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson, and he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Good set. 19. 53. Quit talking about it and bring it. Show it. 31.
3rd down, Carlos Hyde. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 30. Four-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
Good set. 19. 57. Shoot. Alert.
Here we go with Johnson, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm going back to you.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Short pass caught by the tight end Griffin. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check 41.
Now it's Darnold. And incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Hey, we got tight.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, Adam Gase turns to the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
He's cracked. 94. Bang, 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 bang. On the flat.
Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
36, 36. Hey, come on. Tight go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Get set. 19. Here we go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 59. 57 the mark.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line.
First down, Texans.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Go. Set.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 33-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I got it. Mike, 50. Mike. Hey, we're pretty quiet, dude. Jim.
Here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Check 39.
Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now it's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's brought down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Watch the road. Get his down. He's coming. Check. Crunch. He's coming. Hey, check 25.
They'll run it with Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Stop your whining. 57. Mike 57. Exit. Hey, 59.
To throw is Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Check out, retreat. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Check 3.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Wesco. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Darnold running the option to the right side. They'll run on first down. Bell, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Five.
Now Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Darnold. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check 41. Army. Hey, Charlie.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here as sack. They push him back to the 34. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold escaping the pressure right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will tie things up at 6-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal. So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Bell, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Darnold just beating the play clock. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Hey, go set. Mike, let's go, defense. Our time. Hey, ready?
Back to throw, Darnold. This is Anderson over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Here's Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be taken short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Save. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Darnold on 1st down. Out left to Anderson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, a screen to Bell. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Bell, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll go again with Bell, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
53, Mike, 53. It's been a long day for you. 53 for Mike. 65, 65. Check.
Now Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
87's mark. Don't worry about that. Check.
Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever.
You got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Mike. That's trash.
Watson now to throw. Flushed out right. Going deep for Hopkins. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one you likely cost yourself the game.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Rip left, rip left. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
This is Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
14.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Let's go one more.
Darnold from the gun. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this from 48. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights.